complex of buildings here in the lower Swansea Valley are probably some of the most important buildings as far as the history and heritage of Swansea is concerned. There were copperworks all the way up the river valley here that were producing something in the region of 90% of the world's copper. Now imagine a world without copper, without steam boilers, without piping, without electricity, without copper pans. This was probably one of the first truly globalised industries, and it happened here in this city. It's of importance not just to Wales's history or Britain's history, it's important to world history. These buildings have lay derelict now for the best part of 40 years and they're sort of skipping a generation in many ways, and there's lots of great work being done here. Many of the buildings are being renovated, but it is our duty to look beyond the immediate period and to think about what's going to happen in the future. And all of these guys here are working tirelessly on some of the walls we've got here are all part of that future. It's about future-proofing these monuments so they're here in 50 to 100 years' time for the people of Swansea to enjoy and feel a part of.
We have two groups working here at the moment. That is one group from Gower College who are doing their level 1 carpentry, and we've got one group from Swansea City Council, and that's teenagers who aren't in education or training. And we're here really to just clear the site and do some very basic conservation work.
Over the 9 days we turned up and the site was totally overgrown. So first job was to clean the site right the way through. Collect all the bricks, collect all the stone, stack it all neatly, just so we could get to the monument and start taking out the old lime, the old defective lime, and then repoint it with an appropriate lime mix.
My name's Billy, I'm 18 and I'm taking carpentry in college. Well, I was in college and I was told there's an opportunity down the Copperworks. So I thought, well, I love going down there and I'm not interested in doing what they're doing. When I was younger, I'd come down here every day with my auntie and uncle. We'd walk the dogs, and it's one of those things I see every day. And I've always wondered, well, like, what actually goes on down there. Obviously time's passed and I finally got the opportunity to see it all through. I do feel a lot more connected to the building now once I've actually took part in it and know in full a bit more of the history of it.
I get to learn a lot about history here. I didn't realise like how much history is actually here. It's like, yeah, because we feel like sort of part of the history, like we rebuilding what used to be. It's kind of like rewarding. You are learning and it's hard work and you're tired and you're sweating. But if you think about it, you're actually contributing to history, like you're actually doing something really interesting.
The Copperworks has been forgotten for a long time, and yet some of these lads have had granddads or you know, great uncles or whatever have worked on the site. And so 60, 70 years later, they're back on working on the site. And that may sound like a small thing, but for me, you know, it's part of the kind of working class history of Swansea that we should be proud of, to have local boys on the site that like are doing a little bit of the work here for the ongoing future of this entire site. I think is valuable in and of itself. And I think a lot of these lads, especially the guys that aren't in education or training, I think a lot of them will go on to do things on building sites, and this would have been their first job. And I think that's a valuable thing.
The development of young people is important. I mean, these projects that spring up, not only in Swansea but in South Wales, offer an opportunity to the young person to get involved and give something back to their community. And when you give him back, I think it's important to have that pride. And with a young person, they're all about image and pride and experience and with their mates, and they can actually say to an employer, well, I've actually worked on a project in Swansea. So when they're looking for that apprenticeship, they can stand out and get that apprenticeship that they want.
I'm from Swansea, so anything that will make Swansea look good. And I can say, I could drive past in a few years and say, I helped with that there. That'd be great for me. My first site experience at the moment, so for me to progress onto bigger sites, this is my first one. It's great. I've enjoyed it. I've never done pointing before, I've never mixed cement before. I can do all that now. I'm quite confident with doing that as well. So it's just loads, I've learned loads. And I've learned that site work is hard work and you've got to be able to get involved and get stuck in. I'm glad of this opportunity because it's passed me down to different avenues now for where I want to progress as well. So without this opportunity, I wouldn't have had that.
It's learning of the whole process really. It's not really about the line pointing and the ground cleaning. It's understanding that this is what, if you decide to go on a building site, this is what it's going to be like for your future. It's a way of identifying the next generation of tradesmen, and I think that's extremely important. It's a great way of breaking the barrier down from college to the actual employer, and that's the difficult section.
This obviously opens a lot more paths to me, so I know a lot more jobs are out there, and I am definitely thinking about taking one of these up. And I would like to actually learn a lot about more stonemasonry and stuff like this. It really interests me, and I'm very happy I've taken part in this and I've actually given the opportunity to do this. Yeah, it's great.